Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel again. In last video we had work with the mutation. So in this video we'll see how can we use the query variables. I'm going to move to my user.js file in type tabs. Inside it, we are expecting the name and age as the parameter. So I'm going to use here input type. So I'm going to just make the comment here. You can make comment using a hash inside the GQL. So I'm going to use input type, and inside it I'm going to use input, and for this I'm going to use user input for now. And inside it will accept the two things, name and the string. So I'm going to just cut it from here, make control X from here and control command V here. So now we have the input type user input, which is expecting the type name and the age. Now in place or inside the new user, I'm gonna just pass the input, and separate by using colon. I'm gonna use here user input. Save this one, and now uh, we do not need to do anything inside the resolver. We have name and age from the argument, or we can simplify the things here. Like in case of we are using the name and the age, I can simply use here args, the argument what I got, and simply bind it here. I'm going to use a separate operator, and args dot input. Save this one, and let's see will it work or not. So let's npm run server. Server is starting, and if I move to the server, refresh it, and if I move to the docs, we have new user. Inside new user, there you can see the argument has changed. Now user has a user input, and inside user input type, it is expecting the name and the age here. So let's work with it. Now in place of the new user and the mutation, here I'm going to use after the mutation uh, new user, and inside it I'm going to use a variable called input, and it should be user input as we see here earlier. And inside in place of this one new user, I have to pass here the value of input variable we are using above. So inside input I'm going to use the value of input here. Now inside the query variable, I'm going to use the curly braces here, and inside the input I have to pass the name, and the name it should be, we have two user already, I'm going to use third user and separate with the comma. Second variable we have is, and is I'm going to pass the 40. Let's see will it work. There you can see the new user has been inserted, and if I'm going to insert the fourth user, it should be fourth user, and is I'm going to pass the 50. There you can see we have now 4 user, and if I run the query of total user and fetch the old user, let's see. There you can see we have total number of users are 4, and we are getting the array of all users. So this is how we can pass the variables to our query. So that's all for this video. If you enjoy the video, then please like it, and if you are new, please subscribe the channel.